वालेकुम अस्सलाम वरहमतुल्लाहि वबरकातुहू। करो शुरू हूँ। अहमदुहु व नुसल्ली अला रसूलिहिल करीम रब्बि इश्रह ली सदरी व यस्सिर ली अमरी वहलुल उक़दतम मिन लिसानी यफ़क़हू क़ौली। रब्बना ज़िदना इल्मन नाफ़िअ। बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम। उक्तुब अल अस्मा अल आतियता मजरूरतन व मंसूबतन।
Write the following jumla.
राइट अस्मा अल आतियत पढ़ाओ बताया चीज।
Jumla majrura and
देखो फ फ बा क्या को व्हाट डज दिस मीन?
he wrote.
हीरो यक्तुबु क्या को
He is writing or will write.
यक्तुबु कतबा यक्तुबु अच्छा ये क्या शोसा माजी माजी क्या शोसा मुजारिया ठीक है अच्छा त्रीम टेंस अच्छा ना अमर अमरु अमर क्या को कमांड so how do you get this amr you take this mazi you strip this what is this alamatul muzaria so you drop this आज क्या बचो आज बचोगी ठीक है then what do you do you replace this alamatul muzaria with hamza and the last letter you make it majzoom you give it jazm okay then you have to give this hamza either a zabar ठीक or जीर or पेश in this case we have to give it पेश what do we give it पेश in other verbs it can have a zabar or it can have a जीर ठीक ठीक ये पता चलता है किससे ता से ये ता क्या है यहाँ पे ये वही है जो चेंज होता है फा कलमा आइन कलमा लाम कलमा in mazi you'll remember that fa kalma has always zabar lam kalma has always zabar but this ain kalma keeps changing between verbs in some verbs it can be zabar in karuma it is pesh in samia it is zir then again when you go to mudariya it can be different fataha yaftahu फतहा यफ्ताहु में माजी में जबर है इस पे यफ्ताहु मुजारे में भी जबर है so my point in saying is that this ain kalma determines a lot of things ठीक this is the one that keeps on changing between different fields here also ठीक if this has pesh wasl huh? if we introduce waw in front of you this will become waktub ikra waktub okay so what does this become uktub why because this is pesh had this been zabar or zir this would have become zir for instance we have dhahaba yadhabu yadhabu so इसमें क्या होगा this will strip this will strip this will remain ठीक इस पे क्या है जबर so this hamzatul wasl if this is zabar or zir this gets a zir if this is pesh this gets a pesh zabar is reserved for something else we'll talk about that later this one you don't have zabar so this becomes idhab idhab क्या go uktub क्या write this is very briefly about introduction about what fi'lul amr fi'lu azin fi'lu amrin mabniyani mabniyani so this will always be like this no matter what comes in front of it after it this will always be uktub fi'l muzari'in it has two kinds of modes it can be marfu like here it can be mansub मैंने आपको दिखाया अगर अन आएगा इसके आगे तो ये बनेगा अन यक्तुबा ठीक, but it can be never majroor. Okay, so what did we do today? Brief introduction to fi'l amr. How do you do this? You drop alamatul muzariya, gone. Once it's gone, then what do? The last harf we give it, we make it basically majzoom, we give it jazm.
क्या हो गया listen asma
समिआ यस्माउ isma, listen, isma, वो बनेगा ना ऐसे ही. Maria has read another one, let's do this as well. Yes, yasma'u. Yes, सुनो. यस्माउ, हाँ, इसको क्या बनेगा? इसको बनेगा इसमा. कैसे? हाँ, पहले इसमें ये स्ट्रिप हो जाएगा, ठीक, और इसमें इधर जज्म लग जाएगी. फिर देखेंगे ये आइन कलमा पे क्या है. इस पे क्या है? ज़बर, तो इस पे लगेगी जीर. ये बाय द वे हमज़तुल वस्ल है. ये बनेगा इसमा. लिसन. ज़बर और जीर के टाइम पे, दोनों के टाइम पे जीर लगेगी. ज़बर और जीर, शी इज नॉट पेइंग अटेंशन. ज़बर और जीर के टाइम पे जीर लगेगी. हाँ, ठीक, ओके, ठीक. ये होशिए कि क्या शो उक्तुब. ये हमज़तुल वस्ल पेश उक्तुब. उक्तुब, राइट. क्या राइट? अख्तिशो मफूल बिही फन अल अस्माअल अल आतियता मजरूरतन व मंसूबतन. हाँ, राइट द फॉलोइंग अस्मा मजरूर एंड मंसूब. हाँ, अच्छा. अल मरफू छो इन दितमुत किताबुन. अत क्या छो मजरूर? किताबिन किताबन. हाँ, ये लिखियो तुम पन्नी जाय करियो से एरिया एक्सरसाइज. ठीक है, अम सित गयो अथ दरियो. ठीक, अथ छन दरावन बचन. अथ दरियो बेग गयो कॉन्सेप्ट क्लियर. हामिदुन हामिदन हामिदिन हामिदन हामिदान. इसमें क्या है कि जब आप ये लिखोगे, ये वाला सेगा, ये वाला फॉर्म इसका मंसूब फॉर्म, इसमें एक जबर आता है पीछे. ठीक, ये होता है राइटिंग रूल. अलिफ आता है पीछे, राइट. खालिदुन खालिदिन खालिदन बैतुन बैतिन बैतन. ऐसे ही. हाँ, हाँ, लेकिन जैसे जो मोनस होता है, मोनस में अलिफ नहीं आता है. सयारतुन सयारतिन सयारतन विदाउट एन अलिफ. साअतुन साअतिन साअतन. मिकवातुन आयरन मिकवातिन मिकवातन. रेस्टोरेंट. उसके बाद देखिए, तामल मायली, पॉन्डर ओवर द फॉलोइंग. तामल, दिस इज ऑल्सो अमर, बट विल गेट टू इट लेटर. हाथी या अहमद. हाथी क्या को? ब्रिंग. हाथू या इखवान. हाथी. नाउ ही इज टीचिंग अस अनदर. दिस इज अ वर्ब, दिस इज एक्चुअली अमर. हाथी क्या होता है, but how it arrived, we don't have to go to that right now. Right now we have to just learn this new word. This is हाथी. हाथी क्या को? हाथी कौन है? एलिफेंट की. फिर हाथी को ब्रिंग है, लाओ. ठीक, लाओ, ब्रिंग चुक. हाथी या अहमद, ब्रिंग ओ अहमद. हाँ, हाथू, when there are many people, what do you tell them? हाथू, bring या इखवान. This is a command to more than one people. हाथी या सुआद, when you are commanding a monas, you attach a ya at the back end. Hati ya Suad, bring o Suad. Ha Tina ya Akhawat. When you are commanding a group of females, you say Ha Tina. Should we go deeper into this today, or we do this next time? How this wow comes, how this ya comes. Polling, polling.
next time.
Next time, let's just settle. Nobody is polling, so it's only one. हाथी मुज़क्करस, हाथी मोनसस, हातू इखवानन. उन शौनी गोट याद. हातीना अखवातन. No, no. It derives from Muzaria. It derives, everything derives from Muzaria. By the same rule that we applied.
But it has its own.
Yes.
Kind
It
of
has.
karda.
Matlab, these are, Amr is always derived from Muzaria.
Yeah, but I think it has its own karda.
Yes, yes. Amr is always derived from Muzaria. No, Amr is derived from Muzaria. By applying the rules that I just told you. If you apply these rules to different sigas, you will get the amr for those sigas. We'll do this next time. Ashuna, ashkash. Yaktubu, yaktubani, yaktubuna. Taktubu, taktubani, yaktubna. So we applied the rule to yaktubu. Because he is Gaib, singular person, we applied the rule to him. We stripped its alamatul muzariya, and we gave it a
Hati
jazm.
comes from actually
Atina.
yeah, Tina, because then noon goes, ya stays.
नून आता है नून जाता है. We will touch this next time. ठीक.
इसमें अलिफ क्यों नहीं है?
किसमें? इसमें because this is not derived from this form. Huh? We'll get to that later. There are different forms of verbs. But I want to touch on this since Mariam has raised this important question. She's saying इसमें अलिफ क्यों नहीं है? Because right now what we saw was isma, iftah, uktub. ठीक? They all had alif. So Mariam is saying इसमें alif क्यों नहीं है? So I will not directly go to the answer, but there is some understanding we have to develop regarding forms of verbs. I'll briefly touch this so that we can build on this next time. So verbs are of two types based on the number of letters in the root. This is an important concept. Listen to this carefully. There is three rooted verbs. There are four rooted verbs. There are five rooted verbs. Maximum of this, they make 97% of all verbs. Okay? This is the one we have been learning. Zahaba, how many in the root? Three. Fataha, how many in the root? Three. I gave you an example, Harwala. Last time, Harwala go, he rolled. Harwala. Ya Zalzala. Zalzala go, it shook. This has four in the root. This has Ha, Ra, Waw, and Lam. There's four letters in the root. Zahaba has only three. Zal, Ha, Ba. ठीक? ये वो आँख. ये वो आँख concept. हर वाला को it rolled. ये वो आँख concept. ठीक है? अच्छा. Let's take this three rooted word now. This is 97%. We'll zoom in on the three lettered. ठीक है? इसको करेंगे हम अब. ये जो अब three lettered है, इसमें क्या होता है? अल्लाह ताला आपको रहम करे, गौर से सुनना. हाँ, ठीक. इसमें क्या होता है? इसमें आपके this is based on fa, ayin and lam. This is very important with respect to book 3. Book 3 is almost based on this concept. Fa'ala, this is the sample, we can say. Ishaat. We call that first letter, we call fa, ayin and lam. ठीक है? So what you do is, if I bring ayin two times, fa, ayin, and lam. So what did I do? Ayin kalima was introduced and stuck in between. So this becomes now fa'ala. What does this become? Fa'ala. Its meaning slightly changes. This does not have the same meaning as fa'ala, but its meaning can be derived from fa'ala. Now that I have used ayin two times, its meaning slightly changed, but I know what its meaning is. If I know what fa'ala is, I will know what fa'ala is. So this is called form 2 of the verb. Okay? Then there is another form, that is form 4. There is form 3 also. We will not touch that. We will touch form 4. If I bring Hamza in front of fa'ala, this becomes af'ala. Af'ala. ठीक? Now its meaning changes, but I know what its meaning is if I know what is the meaning of fa'ala. These are called forms of the verb. What are they called? Forms of the verb. Every verb has forms. Every verb has forms. Suppose, give an example. If I have a verb, you just have to listen, because we'll be darasa. Darasa क्या हो गया? जैसे बना या सर कर रहा हूँ. Darasa को he learnt. Darsun lesson, not a noun, it's a phrase. So it will have a high. He learnt. Darasa. ठीक है? If I bring the form 2, what will be that? Can anybody tell me? Darasa. Very good. So what does darasa mean? This is also learn, but this means he taught. What does this mean? He taught.
He taught.
ठीक है? ओतान ओस ये darasa yus ओस ये ओस पान करान ये काम ये छु पत करान क्या ये छु करान बेस पे काम he taught नहीं यही है darasa ठीक another word I'll tell you nazala he alighted छु पे क्या को devoted alight करन को वसन devoted हाँ अगर याद बनाओ form 2 क्या बन nazala क्या को he brought down alighted को कशिर पर सुबोत nazala को सुबोत nazala को तेंगोल वो तो को उतरा वो उतरा nazala को उसने उतारा darasa को उसने पढ़ा darasa को उसने पढ़ाया ठीक ऐसे ही बहुत है ठीक है this is just a sneak peek at what is happening if you introduce certain letters at certain positions the form of the verb changes and with it its meaning changes but this derived meaning is very similar to the original meaning however there are rules that will tell you that if it's form 2 what its meaning will be so this is very mathematical you don't have to remember anything you just have to learn the rule you learn the rule you will learn the new meanings okay very good so we'll conclude this here we'll touch on this again adrasa so the thing is all verbs don't have all forms okay
but you have answer
a particular verb will have form 2 form 3 form 4 another verb will have form 2 it won't have 3 it will have 4 another verb will have form 4 and form 5 it won't have form 2 and 3 it goes like this so adrasa is not there but anzala is there anzala and nazala is almost similar anzala bhi ho gaya utarna nazala bhi ho gaya utarna but there's slight difference we'll get to that later ठीक अच्छा ये ठीक तो समझ सारी बहुत important मगर we'll be building on this okay al kalimatul jadidatu पहले से क्या सोचो मजल्लतुन क्या गो मैगजीन मजल्लातुन गोइंग जमा राकिबुन पैसेंजर रुकाबुन पैसेंजर्स शक्कतुन शक्कतुन क्या गो अपार्टमेंट ओनर ऑफ रबीलोन अपार्टमेंट छ खसान इमसे अगर गलत है शक्ककुन शक्ककुन छ ये छु शक्ककुन ये लिखित काफ पे तशदीद नहीं है शक्ककुन ठीक अपार्टमेंट्स इमारतुन बिल्डिंग अमाइरो दिस इज डिफरेंट अमाइरो सिन्नुन क्या गो ईयर असनान क्या गई ईयर्स कलिमातुन वर्ड कलिमातुन वर्ड सूरतुन सुवरुन
what is
सूरतुन सूरा लिटरल मीनिंग is सूरा literal meaning is surah.
That
The
is
proper noun.
that is related to Quran only. Does it mean chapter?
Yes. No, surah means surah. Chapters in the Quran have specific meanings. Surah is a chapter of the Quran. It has no other meaning. You don't have, if you have an Arabic book.
Was it not there before?
No, it is not.
Quran?
It is a proper noun.
Was it there before Quran?
I don't think so. No. Suratun is a chapter of Quran is called surah. ठीक दूसरा हो गया सौद से सूरतुन वो हो गई शक्ल सूरतुन
This word was not there
no
before Quran.
The beauty of the Quran is look the beauty of the Quran is why was Quran unparalleled Quran brought many things with it. Quran brought new words that the Arabs did not have before. But from the context, they were not impossible to understand. Quran brought words that were there, but they were not used in that sense before. So Quran brought those words, and it was the first to use those words in those senses. Okay? So this is all what makes these are some of the small things that made Quran an exceptional, okay, literary work. Okay? Suratun, I have to confirm, I'm not sure, but as far as I know, Suratun is the name of a chapter in the Quran and nothing else. Huh? Okay. आगे जामा सुवरों ठीक सूरतुन सुने अपना चाहूँ सूर्य नूर से गढ़ सूरतुन अंजलनाहा अत्यति अंजल सूरतुन it's a surah anzalnaha we brought it down सूरतुन अंजलनाहा व फरदनाहा and it goes on jaa क्या वो it's a fail jaa he came he came and this has a weak letter in between. We said that वाव before या अगर किसी फेल में होता है it's called a weak fail. ठीक so it has alif in the middle, so this is a weak fail. Kawa क्या वो he ironed. ठीक okay चलो really good. और पूरा असल चीज these things help in building the concepts and inshallah we'll slowly do it. We are not yet at a point where we had to learn fail amr or fail or forms, but थोड़ा थोड़ा अगर इंसान थोड़ा थोड़ा करके ये सीखेगा तो it becomes easier when it actually is taught. الدرس السادس. What does this mean? الدرس السادس 6th chapter. चलो मरियो शुरू करो. Take care of double page endings. करो शुरू.
ضمت متى رجعت من المدرسة متى رجعت من المدرسة مدرسة يا بني يا بني when did you return from from the school oh my son सईद देखो ये क्या होता है इब्नुन क्या होता है ये होता है हमज़तुल वासिल इब्नुन हाँ अगर इसमें लगाएंगे या पीछे क्या बनेगा इब्नी क्या बनेगा इब्नी इब्नी क्या हो गया मेरे बेटे हाँ इसमें अगर ये करेंगे ड्रॉप और इसमें या लगाएंगे एक और बनता है ये वैसे इससे नहीं बनता ये वर्ड डिफरेंट है बुक नई या ये बोलते हैं ए मेरे प्यार से बच्चे को बुलाना होगा ना ए मेरे प्यारे बच्चे फिर क्या बोलते हैं बुनैया या बुनैया ला तुशरिक बिल्लाह किसने बोला था ये बोला था लुकमान ने अपने बेटे को या बुनैया ला तुशरिक बिल्लाह अल्लाह ताला के साथ ला तुशरिक अल्लाह ताला के साथ शरीक ना करना इन शिर्क का ये जो शिर्क है लजुल्मुन अजीम ये जरूर बहुत ही जुल्मुन अजीम जरूर ये बहुत बड़ी नाइंसाफी है नाइंसाफी क्या होती है जुल्म क्या होता है जुल्म आपको पता है जुल्म क्या होता है जुल्म होता है कहते हैं कि अगर टोपी को रखेंगे पैर पे टोपी की जगह किधर है इसको कहाँ रखा ये टोपी के साथ जुल्म है इफ यू टेक अ थिंग and you put it up at a place where it does not belong. It's zulm. You're doing zulm with that thing. Injustice. Injustice. Okay? Shirk you should zulm. Magar you should assume. It's a very big zulm. Because you are associating partners with Allah Ta'ala. Huh? That status does not belong to them, but you are giving them that status. Hmm? Or you are degrading the status of Allah Ta'ala. Na'udzubillah. Because Allah Ta'ala says, I have no partners. Nobody is like me. Laisa kami. There is no nothing. Laisa kamithlihi. जैसा कोई नहीं. So if you are associating partners with him, then you are giving them some of his attributes, which is a rule with Allah Ta'ala, because then you are degrading his status. Acha, there's a very good example. Suppose we say that Allah Ta'ala is all, Allah Ta'ala has Allah Ta'ala is all powerful. Let's say. Okay. What does all powerful means? Whatever he wishes, he can do. All powerful means if he wishes to do something, there's nobody that can stop him from doing something. That. Okay. So suppose Allah Ta'ala wants to conceal a thing. Does anybody have the power to conceal, to make that known? Nobody has. Because Allah Ta'ala ने इरादा किया कि ये चीज मुझे ओपन नहीं करनी है, रिवील नहीं करनी है. Nobody in this world has the power to reveal that thing. That means all powerful, all qadir. He can do whatever he wants. Now suppose, na'uzubillah, there were two powers at the top. Both were all powerful. So what would happen? At some point, one would say, this is a thing that I don't want to reveal. I don't want to reveal. But at the same time, they are all knowing. Allah Ta'ala is all powerful, and He is all knowing. He knows everything. Now there is one power at the top, number one. He says, I am all powerful. I don't want to reveal this thing. Then there is the other one. He is all knowing. Now he does not know this thing, so he cannot be the same status as number one, because he is all knowing also. All powerful and all knowing. Let's take these two attributes together. So both of them are all knowing. We'll say both of them are all knowing and all powerful. Number one says, I am all powerful, so I can conceal whatever I want. Number two says, but I am all knowing. If he conceals something, then I am not all knowing. So my one attribute falls down. But I'll extract this thing from him. So he extracts that thing from him. तो वो all powerful नहीं रहा, तो उसका वो एक attribute गिर गया. This applies to everything. So when you have only one power at the top, it's only possible that this one power has all the attributes that we give Allah Ta'ala. Then he's only one. If there's anybody who shares any of his attributes, then he cannot be the all powerful. Yeah, all knowing. Yeah, you say Allah Ta'ala says cheese one. Then he cannot be. It's a very important concept. ठीक. इसमें कुरान में भी आया है कि लौ काना माअहु आलिहतुन कमा यक़ूलून. अगर उस अल्लाह ताला के साथ बराबर होते आलिहा, डिएटीज, इलाह, माबूद, कमा यक़ूलून, लौ काना माअहु आलिहतुन कमा यक़ूलून. तशपत के हमेशा उनके साथ हुआ. So basically, then there would have been turmoil in this world. This world is in harmony. सूरज सुबह चढ़ता है, शाम को उतरता है. ठीक, there is harmony. There are mosams. This is only possible when there is one power at the top. Had there been more than one powers, then लबागाउ फिल अर्द. एक जगह आया है कि वो एक दूसरे पे करते फिर चढ़ाई. चढ़ाई मतलब ये इसका वर्ड है, उर्दू का वर्ड. they would have declared war against each other. Because whenever there are two egos, they clash. It's not possible that there are two egos, they are all powerful. Either देखो countries देखो, kings देखो. When there are two egos, they clash. ठीक? So had there been two powers at the top, then they would have certainly their egos would have clashed. And then this world would not have been so harmonious. Nature would not have been so harmonious. Nature being so harmonious is a testament that there is one power at the top who is making all this seamlessly around. चलो ये करो मैं पगा हाँ because थोड़ा discussion जरूर पगा tomorrow is what tomorrow is Wednesday हाँ मतलब से पगा इंशाल्लाह सेम करें 8 बजे 8:05 चलो अस्सलाम वालेकुम
इंशाल्लाह। वालेकुम अस्सलाम।